Welcome to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now today I'm going to talk about the major story. Most of you would have heard about it by now. Christopher Linton, aka Dogpaw, yes, that Dogpaw, has been released. Him bust the case. Him win him appeal. Today we're going to talk about it. But before we go any further, I just want to give the Jamaican justice system a round of applause. Your ability to drop the ball and lose some cases that look like they are already a slam dunk is truly astonishing. See, this is why even the Tesha Miller trial, remember when that was going down, I said to people, listen, even though Tesha Miller get found guilty, wait for the appeal. Because them did already sink Tesha and then bust the appeal, and now them say them sink him again, make us see how the appeal go. Dogpaw really touched back the road? For those of you who are unaware, Dogpaw at one point was one of the most wanted men in Jamaica. Notorious 87. There is no type of crime a female name they call upon. For years the police them try hold on upon him, but might as well him change him name to the Eel because it's very slippery. And even when it appears them catch him, see there, him gone again. Now, when you look on your screen, when you see this message, right, Road Me G, freedom over captivity. That's a post from Dogpaw's farmer, Bunununus. That's the farmer because with the ear say, new man up on the scene and whatever is the case, when you really business, no man and no man affair, but based on the timeline, I have to say farmer. Although, just I make the rest of 87 them know, because this particular kerosene, a later virus instance, if you're not at 87, nobody apply. So just I make the rest of 87 them know say, now that's Dogpaw return. Step aside now. The old man want to take over. You don't know the berries there. Step aside now. Dogpaw want to take over. Dogpaw was the man of yard. Just you need drop a jail. Or should I say dog a yard. Right, the big dog on the block. So the rest of 87 they move over. Man I come back for him turf. You see, later Varys Simpson post this. And then she posts road. She also posted a picture, in this very picture, the part is the blackout right there, so she posted a picture of the two of them youth. She and Dogpaw have a youth. So as she put it out there, she's very proud of the fact that Dogpaw is her baby father, one of them. This story is fascinating. It could be its own Netflix series. One of the country's most notorious 87s have a baby with one of the country's most notorious kerosenes, whose father is a big-time lawyer who is known for representing some of the most notorious criminals. Think about it. Tom Tavares Finson was Jim Brown's lawyer, so he knows a long time them money in the game. And after a long career of defending some of the country's most violent criminals, he just turned out to one of them end up in them family. But love is love, as them say. And as a legendary poet wrote in the year 1500 AD, I quote, "Night a blow coal, she want gunman in she hole," end quote. So, I could talk about the case and how we get to this point. How Dogpaw even drop a jail, despite all the many things him name call upon and people know say him do. The whole thing them could have hold on upon Dogpaw for really was a case or an incident that took place in 2010, April 2010, when police team moved through area, Tavern Drive, St. Andrew. Man shot off of them. Police them point out Dogpaw And the next man, Michael Allen, got trial. Dogpaw was found guilty. Dogpaw that jail from them time, he was sentenced to 15 years. Right. They were convicted in 2013. But then, when appeal come around, now the man say, well, and this is the defense, Dogpaw's defense, because you know, 87s who we are told can't even afford a tin of mackerel because malnutrition, you know, is ravaging their body. That's why they're afraid go around and kill people because they're so hungry. You know, them always have the best lawyers, right? So Dogpaw's team of lawyers, defense, come out and say, well, oh no could have seen properly at night time. Matter of fact, in law there's something known as, I think the term them use is Turnbull guidelines, right? Comes down to the first identification, and it's not just about seeing somebody, but how long you see them. Alright, you see somebody, you see him, how long you see him. You look on him for a certain amount of time to make sure you saw him. I'm telling you about the justice system. The justice system, when you go in a court of law, is not what you know, is what you can prove. You can see somebody. And when you write the first statement, they say him like wear one hat. And by the time trial come around, 10 years later, because you know how long it takes to go to trial enough time, you say, well, him like wear one kerchief. And then big shot lawyer say, well on, you still wear a kerchief when him like wear one hat. And next thing you know, case get dashed out. That's all it takes. Remember, it's up to the prosecution to prove the case. And them have to show the burden of proof. Any little, you're sure, you're 100. All the witness have to say is, well, me not really, well, me did see like, how long I see him, well, maybe one, any kind of stammering, any kind of, no, that's it, throughout the case. So, that's basically how Dogpaw was the case. It came down to the identification. The court did not agree that the policeman them, right, see Dogpaw and Michael Allen long enough and clear enough for them shoot off him. Remember, the witnesses were 2 policemen. Case boss. So according to the laws of the land, Dogpaw is an innocent man who should be left alone. According to the justice system, Dogpaw is an innocent, regular old Jamaican who should be left alone and not do nobody nothing. Me always ask the question, how many years did Bigger Crime get a prison? How many years JJ Nakis do? How many years Sci-Fi do? You could be the most notorious 87 in the land. You have to first find a witness, and then the witness have to then go to court, go stand up and deliver them testimony in a way where the court say, yep, you've showed me enough to convince that this man is who you say him is. Otherwise, I go walk free. This is how you fear 87. Make a mockery of the Jamaican justice system. We can't believe Dogpaw touched by the road. Complete circus. But I'm going to say this to the people in Jamaica right now. Hold on to your frustration. We know people can't believe it's a Dogpaw touched by the road. No people can't believe, say, Dogpaw and Leah reunited. We know people can't believe. But hold on to your frustration. Because I see Dogpaw have so much enemies on the road. Right. Man like them, they either take with themselves as soon as them get Lego, or not long after a year, say, them lie down on the ground. Right. So, it's a difficult for him anyway to take it. And if the police them really make Dogpaw just take back where him left a road and just pick up where him left off, well, that's another circus, but we have to wait and see what they want to play out. But why I say hold on to your frustration is because there's a trial coming up where the people in Jamaica must save them frustration for. I'm not even talk about the Liberty trial. That's going to be a big one. Right, the Coke family trial, that's going to be major. But the trial that the people of Jamaica must wait on is of course the Klansman. Well, it used to be 60 but now about 40 odd cause but a dozen of them bust the case already. I'm asking the people of Jamaica to wait and watch how that trial turn out. If the justice system flop, if the justice system lose that case and make, I want people understand how serious that trial is. You see, in my opinion, it's unlikely the dog park or touch back the road and just start shoot up the whole place and go on a rampage. It's unlikely. I don't know how dumb he is, but we can't see that happening, at least not soon. He's probably going to lay low for a while or whatever. But you see, the Klansman trial is the man where them will happen. If them man they touch back the road tomorrow morning, Spanish Town burn up. Even if them not have the intention to go start war, the amount of people are wait to see them come back on road to finish with them left off. You're talking about an entire faction of clans. The whole of black man side of clans. You think say them all come back and the world them go join the church or go up a Boba Hill go turn Rasta? You think say them go turn them go down on a local mosque? Spanish Town and go burn up. So the justice system drop the ball. That is the case for the Jamaican people. Must release their frustration. That is the case where if them drop the ball upon that and we see black man and city post on them man they touch back the road. Hezi and Muma. If we see them touch back the road, then it will be time for us call Jamaica what it truly is. A banana republic disguising itself as a nation. If you cannot sink some of the most open violent men, we're not talking about no elite underground where them highly complicated and you have to dig up and go. We're not talking about no 116 level crime where you need to go. You probably have to need the help of FBI. If you see, we're talking about open 87s. Man will take off it and fling down the middle of the road. If Jamaica can sink them man there, then we know. It's a complete circus. We know they cannot be taken seriously to deliver any kind of justice and sink the major criminals them who just for them area alone had 100-300 murders every year. If they can't sink them on there, they will know say they're a bunch of jokers. As me say, a banana republic disguising itself as a nation. When you go 20 years and not once you come anywhere near 5% GDP growth, it'll be a 0.4, 0.5, 1% if you're lucky. 20 years. Right? And then when you go 20 years and not once you got under 1,000 murders. Not once. And then you have major trials with some of the most notorious criminals in the country and they can't sink them. Even though they're not hidden and their crimes are very public, then Jamaica, I'm not talking about the leaders them now, the people who call the shots, the big wigs, let's face it, don't know what they're doing. Banana Republic disguising itself as a nation. Sound harsh, but I just say it there. Oh, what you going to tell me say? What you going to talk about sports? Or you going to tell me about music? Because anytime we bring up the subject of Jamaica and what we've done and what we're doing, the conversation always leads back to something for the entertainment, sports or music. Because what people don't want to accept is that Jamaica is the world's court jester. In every kingdom, there's a jester. His job is entertain the king, entertain the crowd. You want to be entertained? Link some Jamaicans. You want to watch and say, oh man, that's so ha ha, and clap your hands, link some Jamaicans, put on a really good show. But when it comes down to anything that requires willpower, brain power, Jamaica is underachieving. Anything that requires strategy, such as sinking a Klansman, requires strategy. Right. Getting rid of gangs require strategy. Only people loud chatting about, let's get some bad man policemen and run in and kill everybody. That's foolishness. It requires strategy. When it comes down to that, Jamaica is failing. When you talk about economy, building economy, set up an economy in a way where the people can flourish, right, and come anywhere near 5% GDP growth, which by the way our brothers and sisters in Africa have fly past that 8-9% in enough countries. So it can be done. Requires strategy. So we see Jamaica now perform and not involve a high level of thinking. But then again, when has Jamaica ever really been known to be a thinking nation? Right? Brilliant. You have this, what we have is some brilliant individuals here and there. Was a culture? No. Entertainment. That's what Jamaica is known for, being a jester, a court jester. You can be as upset as you want. Anytime you brag about Jamaica, you brag about something to do with entertainment, either sports or music. You talk about, if you go anywhere go to the world, and somebody says, tell you about Jamaica, you're going to talk about Bob Marley or Usain or Shelley. You're not going to dig into nothing in STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. You're not going to know this, so you don't have nothing to draw upon. Maybe a 1 and 2 with an individual, you can't draw for the justice system. You can't say, look at our justice system, you can't draw for the health system. Look at our healthcare, you can't draw for. Where you going to draw for? You go draw for sports and music. And for some people that's great. Some people that's good enough. Not for me. Not for me. There's no nation in this world where their greatest asset is to entertain people. None. You look at the prosperous, successful nations, they build, they create, they innovate, they develop. When you see another go on Jamaica, Jamaica can't even hold on dog paw. Termite was the case. Termite, one of the most infamous clansmen, already bust the case. Dodos already bust the case. Of course, I know them don't take him out already, but the fact that Dodos could have bust the case. Dodos. Spanish town people know all about Dodos, the clansman one, and them man they bust the case. For sink gangs, you need strategy. Go back and watch the old films when the mafia run America. There was a time when Uncle Sam couldn't manage the mafia. And never no bad man police. And never no loud mouth, tough talking. Push out chest, fake bravado, police. Go make the mafia know. It was years of strategy and planning and legislation. That's how them sink the mafia. The RICO laws were bringing, especially if you sink the mafia. But that's when Uncle Sam decided it was too much, they had enough. Look like the Jamaican can reach a stage yet. We still in the gimmick stage. It's enough of the laws and legislation in Jamaica can bring in, because anti-gang, let's call it what it is. So far, which is an anti-gang, a circus thing. Anti-gang could have barely bring down Richard Wilson. Barely, just barely. How much of them walk? How much clansmen already start walk? The legislation don't go far enough. The powers that be, they're not working to their full potential. But let me tell you about these people. You know, when you go see Jamaicans, leaders, bring in some strategy and some ideas and some laws and some legislation, we stun 87, stun 90s and 116s and make even the people must say, no man, them are working. You know, when you go see that? People at Jamaica want to know when you go see that? When crime start to affect Jamaica's political leaders and high society. When crime start to affect them, that's when you go see them brains start work. These little Mickey Mouse laws where they put in, where them say, I go stop crime. Them can half, right? But I go say another word, but you know YouTube stay ready. Them can give out them laws because them know say, you're not gonna affect me anyway. But anytime for them, the ear them at the back of for them neck stand up, and them feel real fear, and for them loved ones feel real fear, we now go see your favorite leaders draft up some paperwork where I go stun them. We now go wonder where this did they all these years. And we're going to see security forces pull out some tactics we've never seen before. We're going to see criminals get locked up and charged, and within no time they got a trial. And this whole heap of 5, 6, 7 years thing for got a trial thing get cut out. All the inefficiencies that them can't solve, we're not going to see them get solved, but it have to reach them first. Them have to be affected first. When your favorite police spokesman come telling you so them can't track barrel and this on the movies and them rather control variables, well, I'm not going to see the variables them get controlled overnight. You see all the sting operations and we'll keep asking, so where the sting operations are? We're not going to see them get carried out overnight. The infiltration I'm talking about, oh, these LIQ 87s, these gangs where post all them badness on IG, the government can't infiltrate them and get an intel on inside and stink them. Well, we're not going to see enough of them get stink overnight, but it have to reach certain people's doorstep first. So, nobody make your blood pressure get too high because a dog park on my road. Make us see what go on with the Liberty trial. Make us see what go on especially with the Klansman trial. That will be the litmus test for the Jamaican justice system. That will be the test that will show me especially if them serious or not. That trial has been dragging on for so long, and remember at first them did say it was supposed to be sometime early this year, right? That they say in the papers, and I know we can't see no trial, and when you know trial go start. So I don't know how I go on, but that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Because if everything ready, trial gone. So, me I listen out for hearing a kind of puppy show business. For them come tell me after all these years, so, oh well you know, so we can't find witness or witness missing. Well, because at the witness them are going to make or break the case. The justice system have one job, two actually. They need to keep the witnesses alive and get them to the courthouse in one piece. That's it. And if everything was 100% and ready and good to go, the trial will start long time. We don't sit with the trial there. I mean, I know still. And they don't even respect the Jamaican people enough to give them information. This is a public matter. The trial of the century. And them can't even tell the Jamaican people them say, you know, say, alright, kind of have some look up. Because this is supposed to happen on this, but watch out till this time. Because by now them did a brag about biggest trial ever, I don't remember. At first, I said, the start of next year we'll have the biggest trial in the Caribbean, so I want to hear them more talk about it. Wait there. What's going on with that trial? The only hope that the witnesses them still around, because anybody who can stand up in our courthouse and testify against 40, 50 members of the brutal Klansman gang, them people they can't be no ordinary people, and the amount of pressure with them under must be extraordinary. It's bad enough to testify against one Klansman. One Klansman is enough to make the average Jamaican say, you know what, I'm not going nowhere near a courthouse. But 50? Those witnesses supposed to be getting massages every day until the trial starts. Massages, pina colada, pineapple, because the amount of stress and anxiety. If the witness them a female, then if I get them weekly hair done, regular finger shell and toe shell, right? Them spa treatment, them facial, regular. Because the people of Jamaica, what the people of Jamaica owe them witnesses right now, we can't pay them. I'm just putting that out here. Jamaica can't pay. The average Jamaican, there is no amount of money you can give them to make them stand up on a trial or stand up in a trial and testify against one Klansman. Just one. So, I could see them drop the ball now. Me no want you, no excuse. Just I put that out there. No one, no excuse. Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Look out for a second video drop today. This one, I'm going to be playing an interview from an 87, fine 87 still. And I've got to hear him talk about culture and mindset and how him take up badness. I'm going to play the interview and I'm going to talk about it. Look out for that soon. PIA, you don't know, more life. Vulture squad, stay circling. Bless.